Elephants are the largest existing land animals. Three living species are currently recognized: the African bush elephant, the African forest elephant, and the Asian elephant. They are the only surviving members of the family Elephantidae in the order Proboscidea. Extinct relatives include mammoths and mastodons. Distinctive features of elephants include a long proboscis called a trunk, tusks, large ear flaps, pillar-like legs, and tough but sensitive skin. The trunk is used for breathing, bringing food and water to the mouth, and grasping objects. Tusks, which are derived from the incisor teeth, serve both as weapons and as tools for moving objects and digging. The large ear flaps assist in maintaining a constant body temperature as well as in communication. African elephants have larger ears and concave backs, whereas Asian elephants have smaller ears, and convex or level backs. Elephants are scattered throughout sub-Saharan Africa, South Asia, and Southeast Asia and are found in different habitats, including savannas, forests, deserts, and marshes. They are herbivorous, and they stay near water when it is accessible. They are considered to be keystone species, due to their impact on their environment. Elephants have a fission fusion society, in which multiple family groups come together to socialize. Females, cows, tend to live in family groups, which can consist of one female with her calves or several related females with offspring. The groups, which do not include bulls, are usually led by the oldest cow, known as the matriarch. Males, bulls, leave their family groups when they reach puberty and may live alone or with other males. Adult bulls mostly interact with family groups when looking for a mate. They enter a state of increased testosterone and aggression known as musth, which helps them gain dominance over other males as well as reproductive success. Calves are the center of attention in their family groups and rely on their mothers for as long as 3 years. Elephants can live up to 70 years in the wild. They communicate by touch, sight, smell, and sound. Elephants use infrasound and seismic communication over long distances. Elephant intelligence has been compared with that of primates and cetaceans. They appear to have self-awareness, and appear to show empathy for dying and dead family members. African bush elephants and Asian elephants are listed as endangered and African forest elephants as critically endangered by the International Union for Conservation of Nature, IUCN. One of the biggest threats to elephant populations is the ivory trade, as the animals are poached for their ivory tusks. Other threats to wild elephants include habitat destruction and conflicts with local people. Elephants are used as working animals in Asia. In the past, they were used in war. Today, they are often controversially put on display in zoos, or exploited for entertainment in circuses. Elephants are highly recognizable and have been featured in art, folklore, religion, literature, and popular culture. Many people dislike foxes because they perceive them as sneaky, sly, and mean. However, this is a misconception. Not just humans, but all animals have personalities that are not determined by their species. If we look at one species, they are not all the same, are they? They all have very different lives and thoughts. I have to say, out of all animals, I think foxes are the ones who have the most personality, second to humans. Every fox I've ever met has been different. Completely different. Some are very shy and quiet, while others are very playful and outgoing. They are also extremely beautiful. Some may disagree, but I definitely know that I think foxes are amazing. Foxes are small to medium-sized animals and belong to the Canidae family along with other animals such as jackals, wolves, and domestic dogs. There are 37 species of fox, but only 12 are considered true vulpes. A fox's prey is small mammals, birds, reptiles, frogs, eggs, insects, worms, fish, crabs, mollusks, fruit, berries, vegetables, seeds, fungi, and carrion. Some of the best-known species of fox are the fennec fox, red fox, gray fox, Arctic fox, and the swift fox. Foxes are considered one of the most adaptable animals because it can live on almost every continent. Foxes range from all different colors and habitats. Foxes can be a deep red, a light tan, or white. If you are lucky enough, you will get to see a rare black fox, which would really be a treat. The horse is an odd-toed, hoofed mammal of the taxonomic family Equidae whose sole major subspecies, Equus ferus caballus is a domesticate, although wild subspecies have survived into the modern period. All subspecies, including the two extant ones, descend from the Pleistocene Equus ferus. The horse has evolved over the past 45 to 55 million years from a small multi-toed creature, Eohippus, into the large, single-toed animal of today. Humans began domesticating horses around 4000 BC, and their domestication is believed to have been widespread by 3000 BC. Horses in the subspecies Caballus are domesticated, although some domesticated populations live in the wild as feral horses. These feral populations are not true wild horses, as this term is used to describe horses that have never been domesticated. There is an extensive, specialized vocabulary used to describe equine-related concepts, covering everything from anatomy to life stages, size, colors, markings, breeds, locomotion, and behavior. Horses are adapted to run, allowing them to quickly escape predators, possessing an excellent sense of balance and a strong fight or flight response. Related to this need to flee from predators in the wild is an unusual trait. Horses are able to sleep both standing up and lying down, with younger horses tending to sleep significantly more than adults. Female horses, called mares, carry their young for approximately 11 months, and a young horse, called a foal, can stand and run shortly following birth. Most domesticated horses begin training under a saddle or in a harness between the ages of 2 and 4. They reach full adult development by age 5, and have an average lifespan of between 25 and 30 years. Horse breeds are loosely divided into 3 categories based on general temperament: spirited, hot bloods, with speed and endurance; cold bloods, such as draft horses and some ponies, suitable for slow, heavy work; and warm bloods, developed from crosses between hot bloods and cold bloods, often focusing on creating breeds for specific riding purposes, particularly in Europe. There are more than 300 breeds of horse in the world today, developed for many different uses. Horses and humans interact in a wide variety of sport competitions and non-competitive recreational pursuits, as well as in working activities such as police work, agriculture, entertainment, and therapy. Horses were historically used in warfare, from which a wide variety of riding and driving techniques developed, using many different styles of equipment and methods of control. Many products are derived from horses, including meat, milk, hide, hair, bone, and pharmaceuticals extracted from the urine of pregnant mares. Humans provide domesticated horses with food, water, and shelter, as well as attention from specialists such as veterinarians and farriers. The lion, Panthera leo, is a large cat of the genus Panthera native to Africa and India. It has a muscular, broad-chested body, short, rounded head, round ears, and a hairy cuff at the end of its tail. It is sexually dimorphic. Adult male lions are larger than females and have a prominent mane. It is a social species, forming groups called prides. A lion's pride consists of a few adult males, related females, and pups. Groups of female lions usually hunt together, preying mostly on large ungulates. The lion is an apex and keystone predator, although some lions scavenge when opportunities occur and have been known to hunt humans. The species typically does not actively seek out and prey on humans. The lion inhabits grasslands, savannas, and shrublands. It is usually more diurnal than other wild cats, but when persecuted, it adapts to being active at night and at twilight. During the Neolithic period, the lion ranged throughout Africa, Southeast Europe, the Caucasus, Western Asia, and northern parts of India, but it has been reduced to fragmented populations in sub-Saharan Africa and one population in Western India. It has been listed as vulnerable on the IUCN Red List since 1996 because populations in African countries have declined by about 43% since the early 1990s. Lion populations are untenable outside designated protected areas. Although the cause of the decline is not fully understood, habitat loss and conflicts with humans are the greatest causes for concern. One of the most widely recognized animal symbols in human culture, the lion has been extensively depicted in sculptures and paintings, on national flags, and in contemporary films and literature. Lions have been kept in menageries since the time of the Roman Empire and have been a key species sought for exhibition in zoological gardens across the world since the late 18th century. Cultural depictions of lions were prominent in ancient Egypt, and depictions have occurred in virtually all ancient and medieval cultures in the lion's historic and current range. Penguins, order Spheniciform, family Sphenicid, are a group of aquatic flightless birds. They live almost exclusively in the southern hemisphere. Only one species, the Galapagos penguin, is found north of the equator. Highly adapted for life in the water, penguins have countershaded dark and white plumage and flippers for swimming. Most penguins feed on krill, fish, squid and other forms of sea life which they catch with their bills and swallow at whole while swimming. A penguin has a spiny tongue and powerful jaws to grip slippery prey. They spend roughly half of their lives on land and the other half in the sea. The largest living species is the emperor penguin, Aptenodytes forsteri. On average, adults are about 1.1 meters, 3 ft 7 in, tall and weigh 35 kilograms, 77 pounds. The smallest penguin species is the little blue penguin, Eudiptula minor, also known as the fairy penguin, which stands around 33 centimeters, 13 in, tall and weighs 1 kilogram, 2.2 pounds. Today, larger penguins generally inhabit colder regions, and smaller penguins inhabit regions with temperate or tropical climates. Some prehistoric penguin species were enormous, as tall or heavy as an adult human. There was a great diversity of species in subantarctic regions, and at least one giant species in a region around 2,000 kilometers south of the equator 35 Maya, in a climate decidedly warmer than today. A dolphin is an aquatic mammal within the infraorder Cetacea. Dolphin species belong to the families Delphinidae, the oceanic dolphins, Platanistidae, the Indian river dolphins, Aeneidae, the New World river dolphins, Pontoporiidae, the brackish dolphins, and the extinct Lipodidae, Beiji or Chinese river dolphin. There are 40 extant species named as dolphins. Dolphins range in size from the 1.7 meter long, 5 ft 7 in, and 50 kilogram, 110 pound, Maui's dolphin to the 9.5 meters, 31 ft 2 in, and 10 ton, 11 short ton, orca. Various species of dolphins exhibit sexual dimorphism where the males are larger than females. They have streamlined bodies and 2 limbs that are modified into flippers. Though not quite as flexible as seals, some dolphins can briefly travel at speeds of 29 kilometers, 18 miles per hour or leap about 30 feet, 9.1 meters. Dolphins use their conical teeth to capture fast-moving prey. They have well-developed hearing which is adapted for both air and water. It is so well developed that some can survive even if they are blind. Some species are well adapted for diving to great depths. They have a layer of fat, or blubber, under the skin to keep warm in the cold water. Dolphins are widespread. Most species prefer the warm waters of the tropic zones, but some, like the right whale dolphin, prefer colder climates. Dolphins feed largely on fish and squid, but a few, like the orca, feed on large mammals such as seals. Male dolphins typically mate with multiple females every year, but females only mate every 2 to 3 years. Calves are typically born in the spring and summer months and females bear all the responsibility for raising them. Mothers of some species fast and nurse their young for a relatively long period of time. Dolphins produce a variety of vocalizations, usually in the form of clicks and whistles. Dolphins are sometimes hunted in places such as Japan, in an activity known as dolphin drive hunting. Besides drive hunting, they also face threats from bycatch, habitat loss, and marine pollution. Dolphins have been depicted in various cultures worldwide. Dolphins occasionally feature in literature and film, as in the film series Free Willy. Dolphins are sometimes kept in captivity and trained to perform tricks. The most common dolphin species in captivity is the bottlenose dolphin, while there are around 60 orcas in captivity. The tiger, Panthera tigris, is the largest living cat species and a member of the genus Panthera. It is most recognizable for its dark vertical stripes on orange fur with a white underside. An apex predator, it primarily preys on ungulates such as deer and wild boar. It is territorial and generally a solitary but social predator, requiring large contiguous areas of habitat, which support its requirements for prey and rearing of its offspring. Tiger cubs stay with their mother for about 2 years, then become independent and leave their mother's home range to establish their own. The tiger was first scientifically described in 1758 and once ranged widely from the eastern Anatolia region in the west to the Amur River basin in the east, and in the south from the foothills of the Himalayas to Bali in the Sunda Islands. Since the early 20th century, tiger populations have lost at least 93% of their historic range and have been extirpated from Western and Central Asia, the islands of Java and Bali, and in large areas of Southeast and South Asia and China. Today, the tiger's range is fragmented, stretching from Siberian temperate forests to subtropical and tropical forests on the Indian subcontinent, Indochina and Sumatra. The tiger is listed as endangered on the IUCN Red List. As of 2015, the global wild tiger population was estimated to number between 3,062 and 3,948 mature individuals, with most of the populations living in small isolated pockets. India currently hosts the largest tiger population. Major reasons for population decline are habitat destruction, habitat fragmentation and poaching. Tigers are also victims of human-wildlife conflict, particularly in range countries with a high human population density. The tiger is among the most recognizable and popular of the world's charismatic megafauna. It featured prominently in the ancient mythology and folklore of cultures throughout its historic range, and continues to be depicted in modern films and literature, appearing on many flags, coats of arms and as mascots for sporting teams. The tiger is the national animal of India, Bangladesh, Malaysia and South Korea. The wolf, Canis lupus, also known as the gray or gray wolf, is a large canine native to Eurasia and North America. Over 30 subspecies of Canis lupus have been recognized, with gray wolves comprising the wild subspecies. As the largest extant member of the Canidae family, the wolf is distinguished from other Canis species by its less pointed ears and muzzle, a shorter torso, and a longer tail. It is closely related to smaller Canis species, such as the coyote and the golden jackal, and can produce fertile hybrids with them. A wolf's fur is typically mottled with white, brown, gray, and black, though Arctic subspecies may be predominantly white. The wolf is the most specialized member of the genus Canis for cooperative game hunting, evidenced by its physical adaptations for tackling large prey, its social nature, and its advanced expressive behavior, including individual or group howling. Wolves travel in nuclear families, consisting of a mated pair and their offspring. Offspring may leave to form their packs upon reaching sexual maturity or due to competition for food within the pack. Wolves are territorial, and disputes over territory are a major cause of mortality. Mainly carnivorous, they feed on large wild-hoofed mammals, smaller animals, livestock, carrion, and garbage. Typically, single wolves or mated pairs are more successful in hunting than larger packs. Wolves are susceptible to pathogens and parasites, notably the rabies virus. As of 2023, the global wild wolf population is estimated to be between 200,000 and 250,000, with the majority being gray wolves. This population is classified as of least concern by the International Union for Conservation of Nature, IUCN. Wolves have a complex history with humans, often hunted in pastoral communities for attacking livestock, yet respected in some agrarian and hunter-gatherer societies. The wolf is considered the ancestor of the domestic dog. While fear of wolves persists in many societies, most recorded attacks on humans are linked to rabid animals. Wolf attacks on humans are infrequent, partly due to their low numbers, remote habitats, and developed fear of humans stemming from encounters with hunters, ranchers, and shepherds. The cat, Felis catus, is a domestic species of small carnivorous mammal. It is the only domesticated species in the family Felidae and is often referred to as the domestic cat to distinguish it from the wild members of the family. A cat can either be a house cat, a farm cat or a feral cat. The latter ranges freely and avoids human contact. Domestic cats are valued by humans for companionship and their ability to kill rodents. About 60 cat breeds are recognized by various cat registries. The cat is similar in anatomy to the other felid species. It has a strong flexible body, quick reflexes, sharp teeth and retractable claws adapted to killing small prey. Its night vision and sense of smell are well developed. Cat communication includes vocalizations like meowing, purring, trilling, hissing, growling and grunting, as well as cat-specific body language. A predator that is most active at dawn and dusk, crepuscular. The cat is a solitary hunter but a social species. It can hear sounds too faint or too high in frequency for human ears, such as those made by mice and other small mammals. Cats also secrete and perceive pheromones. Female domestic cats can have kittens from spring to late autumn, with litter sizes often ranging from 2 to 5 kittens. Domestic cats are bred and shown at events as registered pedigreed cats, a hobby known as cat fancy. Population control of cats may be affected by spaying and neutering, but their proliferation and the abandonment of pets has resulted in large numbers of feral cats worldwide, contributing to the extinction of entire bird, mammal, and reptile species. It was long thought that cat domestication began in ancient Egypt, where cats were venerated from around 3100 BC, but recent advances in archaeology and genetics have shown that their domestication occurred in Western Asia around 7500 BC. As of 2021, there were an estimated 220 million owned and 480 million stray cats in the world. As of 2017, the domestic cat was the second most popular pet in the United States, with 95.6 million cats owned and around 42 million households own at least one cat. In the United Kingdom, 26% of adults have a cat, with an estimated population of 10.9 million pet cats as of 2020. The dog or domestic dog, Canis familiaris or Canis lupus familiaris, is a domesticated descendant of the wolf, and is characterized by an upturning tail. The dog is derived from an ancient, extinct wolf, and the modern wolf is the dog's nearest living relative. The dog was the first species to be domesticated by hunter-gatherers over 15,000 years ago, before the development of agriculture. Due to their long association with humans, dogs have expanded to a large number of domestic individuals and gained the ability to thrive on a starch-rich diet that would be inadequate for other canids. The dog has been selectively bred over millennia for various behaviors, sensory capabilities, and physical attributes. Dog breeds vary widely in shape, size, and color. They perform many roles for humans, such as hunting, herding, pulling loads, protection, assisting police and the military, companionship, therapy, and aiding disabled people. Over the millennia, dogs became uniquely adapted to human behavior, and the human-canine bond has been a topic of frequent study. This influence on human society has given them the sobriquet of man's best friend. It is active all around the world, and is one of the most popular domestic pets as of 2022. They come in more than 350 breeds.